Wednesday. Good truck. Hello, and welcome to This Thing's Got Problems. I'm Eric. Yep. Missed. Today, the thing that has problems is this Harley Davidson Road Glide. It's been kind of neglected a bit. The main focus is going to be the front forks. I showed you how to clean up corrosion on forks and then go kind of stock looking. And then we did a full polish how-to on front forks. This time, black paint. And what are we using? We're gonna do that. And I don't feel bad about it. And here's why. Showa forks are absolutely terrible when it comes to their coating. The clear coat is what causes the corrosion that makes everything look like crap. And then the black ones, I don't know if that's powder coat. If I'm being honest, it's so thin and you breathe out, you go, flies off, which is not good. You get one tiny little rock chip and then corrosion instantly forms and everything just flakes apart. And you look at the rest of the motorcycle, it's fine. It's getting hit by the same rocks. So why are the forks so terrible? I don't know. But my point being, you hit it with some spray paint, it's going to last just as long. Is it the best thing to do? Nope. Is powder coating better? Yeah. If you're on a budget, you know, again, the rattle can. I challenge any Showa black fork to outlast the spray paint. It's going to be about the same amount of time. This might just buy you some time to save up for the better forks or go chrome. Whatever you want to do. I don't know what your bike is. I don't know what your tastes are. I'm just showing you how to make these things black again. And yeah, we'll clean up the rest of the bike, show you kind of a before and after. And then there you go. You want a quick C10 update while I'm standing here in the world's messiest shop? Sure, why not? All right, let's get you over here and I'll show you the updates. What's going on? A lot of cutting, a lot of grinding, a lot of tasting steel in the mouth. So I believe I showed you last video, you know, all that gone. Got this all lined up, the inner rocker, and it's like a floor extension piece, which is really nice because it goes all the way back. And had to get the old support out and get that lined up. Now, why am I not doing a video on this? Because, you know, some people want to do that. And I'm pretty sure I told you last time, but I will show you for sure this time because I can't remember. Okay. So this side, the passenger side, is unmolested, mostly. And I believe that would be a better video, if you know what I mean. Because this side that I'm standing on over here was all cut out already when I bought the truck. You know, so there's nothing to show you. I couldn't show you how to find the spot welds and dig out the sealer and stuff like that. So this side, I think, would make for a better how-to video. Whereas, you know, this side that's already... You know, like I didn't do that. You know, it's already done. And, you know, a lot of this was chopped out. I just cleaned it up. This was just done yesterday. Trying to figure out where these go without a point of reference because it was taken apart already. Kind of a pain in the ass. But I can show you how I did that. Oh, hi. Imagine meeting you here. So under the cab on the passenger side, because as I mentioned, that wasn't jacked with, I was able to take a couple measurements. I'll just show you. So you can see this right here. There's a brace. And then I went to the bend all the way back there in the rocker bit. And I just measured between, you know, for that side. And it was that's it. That's all I had to go on. Is it going to look right? I don't know. I should probably hang a door first and see. Whew. But anywho's, it's covered in mouse poop, I think. Whatever fell out of those cab corners. So that's what I'll be doing this weekend. Tripping over things and trying to not perish in my own garage. And finishing up the welding on that side. And then, you know, well, I'll show you the video on how to do, you know, when we get to it. So, for now, you are going to go and watch that video on how to forks on a Harley Davidson. And, yeah, I'll talk to you afterwards. Ooh, okay. Well, let's get you in here. Got a 2018 Road Glide, 73,000 miles, bug damage. Okay. It originally came in for this, to, you know, corrosion all the way up, kind of reshoot those, repaint them. That's all they really need. But the more I look at this thing, it needs a little bit more help. I mean, this is pretty easily fixed. Definitely sat outside for sure. Tell by the sun fading on the plastics and the yellowing of, you know, what used to be white. Heavy smoker. Like, oof, that had to hurt. Yep. Definitely has some paint issues. You can see, you know, washed and dried in the same direction every time. Rough towel. This is just, this is about what you'd expect out of something at 73,000 miles, I guess. This is the absolute worst too. This Harley black does not come back easily. Can be done, and I'll show you, but it's not easy. This is gonna be iffy on whether that comes back or not. I'm gonna have to bust out the really harsh stuff. That's not that deep, but this kind of looks like a repaint. Oh, it would be, wouldn't it? Does this have long, I mean, what are they called? Drop bags? I don't know if this has drop bag stock. It might, actually. And other side of the tank, we got, you know, some belt decoration pinging off that. I don't know. More of that black. That's going to be a nightmare. Another shot at these. These are actually pretty easy. They pop out, so you can take that off and paint it, and that's not a huge deal. Those actually look worse than they are. That's not that bad. Crash bar is, you know, the same as the rest. Once you get a chip in these, it just kind of corrodes and goes to hell real quick. And I don't know why Harley uses such thin, it can't be powder coat. It sands and chips off way too easy. I don't know why it's so thin. You spend a lot of money on these things. They should, you know, quality. That's all I'm saying. Back to the forks. This was the original issue. Very thin black coating, so we're just gonna repaint it. This is a concern. Super glossy and greasy, whereas the rest is, you know, not. So what are we leaking? Brake fluid? Fork fluid? More likely. Speaking of leaks, what is happening in here? We either got some breather vomit or we got some gasket that's given up. Oh, man, yeah. Something missing. That, you know, woo-hoo. Something right there. Good luck finding one of them. So there was some stuff to repaint. Definitely some stuff to clean up. And sand and scrape and chip and, what do you say, scrub? All the things. This is all generally bad. But we can make it good. A lot of chemicals. Should get some masks. Nope, I won't. So I guess first things first, strip it down. So all that's out of the way. Let's get this mess cleaned up, sand it down, and make it new. I'm going to start by getting whatever grease this is off so we're not sanding it into, you know what I mean, and clogging up the paper and making things worse and making sure that it's guaranteed the fisheye when you throw some paint down on it. This is so just bad quality. Just not good. Don't like. Freaking Showa, you jerks. Gonna use some of this Ace Town stuff. It just runs right. Wow, that is greasy. It's repelling it. Oh boy. Gonna have some fun with this one. If only the entire bike was made with whatever the F holds these stupid ass reflectors on. Hot. So I got those cleaned up. Gonna sand. Debating on doing the engine guard right now because, you know, I'm here. All right, so bye-bye reflectors. And yeah, so do I just do this now? Because then I'm going to have to avoid it when I dump all the chemicals on it to wash it. My God, look at all that brown. That is brake dust. It doesn't just stay on wheels on a motorcycle, people. So, tip. Go ahead and use wheel cleaner on your engine because it's all crap that came from your wheel. Yep. And you just keep going until it all pretty much looks like this. That's gonna suck. All the way around, and then we'll that whole thing. All right, so that is all sanded down, and I'm going to be using this stuff right here because automotive, right? Metal, aluminum. Let's see how it works. All right, so that was hot trash. We're going to move on to this other kind of paint that I had just lying around. Rust-Oleum, painters, whatever. And we'll see how this works. All right, so we got these painted up. I'm sure it looks way better on camera than they do in person, but this is gonna do just fine. So while those forks are drying, we're going to address this wheel. Harley Black is one of the worst. Black as far as like the wheels and the engine and the primary and the trans. One of the worst things to try to bring back. So I'm gonna use this Griot's Completes Compound, which is very good by hand. It's the yellow bottle. It doesn't necessarily need a machine. All the other stuff's kind of formulated for higher speed or, you know, something along those lines. This, you know, if you got a little scratch on your bumper or whatever, this is the stuff you reach for. And it's really good at taking oxidation off. All right, so we got that wheel cleaned up. We're going to throw this front end back together, show you what that kind of looks like before we move on to this faded ass paint. And there you go. I mean, it's way better, right? And like I said before, I would trust this paint on the forks as long as I trust that Showa, whatever the hell that coating is. Now, bug damage on this fairing and on the saddlebags and on the front of the tank. Fast correcting cream, that's the way you're going to want to go. Other stuff is available. This is what I have, and it's what I'm going to use. This will be questionable right here, that saddlebag lid. Usually when they start going white like that, it's going to be hazy. You know, even when you're done, there's going to be a little haze to it. And we'll just see how it goes. There's some promise here. There's a little before and after. Now, this is just the rough. This isn't polished yet, so there's some hope here. Hello and good morning. It's the next day. Got tired, so I went home. I guess I should show you the progress that we got going on this bad boy right now, huh? So I pulled those speaker grills off, you know, from there, and I'll show you, well, I can just show you now. It's just little tabs right there that press in, and there's a slot that does, you know, one of those things. So just get a little screwdriver and pull a little bit. Don't pry on that, just pull. And then it'll get and then it'll be enough for you to, you know, jam your fingers under there and pull it up. And we're gonna get those painted, and I'm gonna use some texture black, but, you know, buffed all this. Come around here, buffed all this, got most of that bug damage out. Look, see, you can see that guy in there holding his phone. So it's not, I mean, 70-something thousand miles, this isn't bad. Got the rest of all this. I like to say roughed in, you know, where you take your heavy compound and just give her. So that's where that is. Moving on to the polishing stages on that stuff. But what's going to be horrible is all that brake dust and corrosion and nasties, and then polishing this back out, because I have to use acid over here. Which is, did my voice just crack? I'm a real boy. Then, after you use the acid, you got to polish this back out because it's going to stain the hell out of that. So it's all going to suck. So you see me do a few of these before already, and I never show you the washing stage. There's a reason for it. I use an iPhone for all this, and it's expensive, and I just don't want anything splashing up on it. That's honestly the only reason I haven't showed you the washing stage. It's pretty straightforward. Maybe I'll see what I can do. Probably not this time, but I'm gonna do something maybe from home where I can set up. I got a little crap camera, sacrificial, that I use for like throwing sparks. We'll show you something like that. But this is just going to be in this area there. It's just gonna be, it's wheel acid. You put a little, you know, just drip, drip, like that much in a spray bottle, and then the rest water. If you're coughing, it's too much. And then I'm gonna follow it up with that iron remover from Adams, and it's liquid fart mixed with orange, stinks like hell, turns the things purple, and that's great for around, you know, fasteners and anything rusty, and it kind of cleans that up. But that's really all there is to this. You just get a brush and you just stab at all the brake dust and all the gross stuff. That's about it. All right, so we got the wash done, and as you can see, that is what it is. Back to the complete compound and scrubbing by hand because, you know, screws and stuff. You just polish, you know, in this motion. Or pick a motion and just stick with it. I don't know. Yeah, so this is going to be a project that tests your patience right here, trying to bring this stuff back. You just keep at it. Just keep at it. Scrubby, scrubby, scrubby. Don't use a rag that's too harsh or it's going to leave lines behind. You can probably get a buffer on this most of the time, you know, in most spots. This stuff right here, you can't so much. The air cleaner, yes. The rockers, no. So you got to get in there with your hands, all right? So after a lot of buffing and swearing and cussing, the lids actually came back. It's not, you know, it's not too bad. Wheel cleaned up. Forks repainted, black signals black. Black engine guard, black, rockers, black, all the blacks, you know, by hand. All the paint polished back out. Paint correction, I guess, is what we call it nowadays to make ourselves, I don't know, sound important. Never understood it. We just called it buffing back in the day. It's a good looking bike. Don't know where the heat shield for the front pipe is, but that's fine. You know, paint it black and send it. Came out very good. Actually, this bike sold within 2 days of this being done. So I would say, you know, not bad. Not a bad result at all. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I don't know where it goes. Just tap them all. That'd be cool. Yeah, thanks for liking, subscribing, and all that good stuff. And next week, what will happen next week? I have another in the can, as they call it, video. It's another black Harley. Is that what you want? It's the Street Glide. This one, I talked about it before. I haven't showed you yet, mostly because I forgot it was there. But we'll get to it. It was burnout and gravel. Imagine what that does to a rear fender. Ungood. The rest of the paint was just as bad somehow. Painted to match a Weber grill? I don't know. But we'll get to that at some point. Maybe it'll be something on the truck here. Not sure. But anyways, thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you next time.